and welcome to my channel, Mythic Rose Tarot. My name's Mythia. Today, the intention of this reading is to explore some of the gifts that you have that the universe wants to remind you of, or maybe let you know that you have. Maybe you're not aware that you have these gifts yet. So this is going to be a reading about your strengths, your gifts, and we're going to be using tarot and oracle cards to uncover some of your gifts and strengths. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to do is shuffle for our 3 piles. There are going to be 3 piles, and I already have the crystals laid out. If you already have a feeling about which one might be your pile, that's totally fine. But I do want to shuffle the cameras on screen for you so that you might connect with the pile and the cards as they come. We're going to be doing 4 cards, 1 tarot card, and 3 oracle cards. This will be pile 1, this will be pile 2, and this will be pile 3. Okay, let's do our tarot cards for pile 1, the tarot card for pile 1. This is going to be pile 1, this is going to be our pile 2, and this one for pile 3, for your gifts. Okay, now for our first oracle card. This is going to be for your gifts and your strengths from the universe. What gifts and strengths for pile 1? What gifts and strengths for pile 1? You can see one here. And for pile 2, I can see it here. And pile 3 is actually going to be this one. There we go. That is our second oracle card. Now for our second oracle card. Okay, pile 1. What gifts and strengths for pile number 1? What gifts would you like to make pile 1 aware of, universe? Spirit, which gifts for pile number 1? You can feel it here. And for pile 2 and pile 3. Okay, that's the second oracle card. Third card total. Okay, and the final oracle card. What gifts, Spirit, the universe, do you want to make pile 1, 2, and 3 aware of? Starting with pile 1. What gift, what wisdom can you let us know about for pile number 1? That was quick, this one, for sure. And pile 2, what gifts? What gifts? Definitely this one. And pile 3, I see it right here. Okay, so these will be our piles. Let me just arrange them here. Okay. We are going to have, give me one moment to arrange them. Pile 1. Pile 2. And pile 3. Okay, please take some time now and feel which pile resonates with you. It's okay if you feel drawn to more than one pile. And please remember that when you are receiving these messages from the universe and from spirit, if something doesn't feel right or it's not sounding right, it's not landing, don't worry about that. just leave it and maybe move to a different pile. When it comes to these readings, they're more of a confirmation or making you aware of something, and it should feel right. You have to use your intuition here. So if it's not feeling right, don't let it worry you. Instead, just maybe move to a different pile or check out a different reading. Okay. So please remember, this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Okay, pile number 1. This is your pile. You picked the very large amethyst, very deep purple, for your reading. So first, let's have a look at our tarot card. And we're going to be taking only upright cards for this reading. So we're looking at your strengths, that your spirit guides, that spirit and the universe wants to let you know of or remind you of. Okay, so the first one is going to be, we're taking uprights, the King of Wands. Okay, now the next card is going to be an animal guidance card. What is a strength? Elephant. Okay, elephant. So we have the King of Wands, an elephant. And next we do have an oracle card that's really from the heart. You can see the heart here. So what is a gift, a strength of pile number 1? We have honoring oneself, honoring yourself. Next we have one more animal oracle card from a different deck. What is a gift from pile number 1? The orca whale, adventure. Okay. Let me just arrange these in a way that feels a little bit more intuitive for me. So, number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. I hope you can see them all here. We have elephant, we have King of Wands. There we go. Honoring oneself. Okay. Okay, pile number 1. You are bold. That is the first thing I'm really picking up on. You are somebody, an orca makes a statement, and so does an elephant. Absolutely. Both of them are associated really with the element of water. The first thing I'm really seeing here is that you're bold. King of Wands, you are somebody with vision, honoring yourself. This is your oracle card, the Buttercup, honoring yourself. You are somebody that should really honor your bold vision. With orca, a strength you have is connecting with other people. Orcas travel in pods, and they are bold and very brave and very telepathic. They are a very strong spiritual symbol of family. Here is what the card says. Adventure. Orca whale. Dare to do things differently. Sing your wild song. Manifest your travel dreams. Attempt the great journey with confidence. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. Be brave. You are more powerful than you know. An elephant, too, is a bold animal. It makes a statement. Elephants are very wise, and also elephants also travel in family groups. So I think a strength that you have is connecting with others, and maybe even your family is your strength in this world. And King of Wands, you have a vision, and you should really go for it with passion. Honoring yourself. Honoring yourself. So when it comes to gifts that you have, your abilities, your strengths, I think a strength that you have is honoring yourself and sharing your inner light. I think that a strength and a gift you have is that when you walk into the room, I really think you're the kind of person that lights up the whole room. With a buttercup, this yellow color, It's like little suns coming into the room. So I think you're somebody who lights up a room, whether it's your family or strangers. And your presence is really known and felt in a really positive way. I think you're the kind of person where when you leave, there's kind of an emptiness, in the space you left behind, because you just have such a wonderful and positive personality. With Orca and Elephant and King of Wands, I think you're someone who's highly telepathic as well. I think you might be able to pick up on what other people are feeling without them necessarily saying a word. Orcas, they're very highly telepathic, and elephants too. As well, I think that you are somebody who has the gift of helping build community. The family, traveling with other groups of people for both orcas and elephants. Even buttercups, on one stem, many flowers come up. So I think you have a gift of bringing other people together through your presence and through your words and your energy. I'm really sensing that you're a kind person. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes people think kind means boring, but that's not true. In this case, you're somebody who's very kind. You have a very kind, warm aura and presence, and you bring people together. When it comes to the King of Wands as well, I think you are somebody who is a leader. I think you're a leader. I don't think that you're a follower. You're somebody who, you're not an aggressive leader. You're a very gentle leader. I think you're somebody who leads with your empathy. That's something, Orca, it's in the water, the element of water. I think you really lead through feeling and empathy. And I think you have an intuitive ability to know what motivates other people. Almost like you have a bird's eye view, or like a view from the sky, which is something with the dragonfly, right? He can fly in the element of air and, look down. So in this tarot deck, the King of Wands, I really think shows that you have the ability to sort of zoom out from situations and see what action to take and what motivates people and how to get things done, which is a beautiful gift. I think you're somebody who gets things done. You're a go-getter. You're very empathetic. You're very wise. And I would say also with Elephant and Orca, very spiritual. I think you also have a gift for communication, a very gentle communication, with these water elements, with the Orca. But I think you have a really strong gift for communication as well. Okay. And compassion. I think you're somebody that's a trendsetter too. I think if you're the first one to maybe start doing your hair a certain way, or use a certain words, or exhibit a certain behavior, other people follow you. You're a part of the group, but I think you inspire action in other people too, which is very interesting. You really make people feel good about themselves, pile one. Tuning into your energy, it's a really pleasant feeling. I also think that you're somebody who has the wonderful ability to make other people feel at ease and relaxed. So I think other people open up to you easily. You might be the kind of person where people will come up to you and they will tell you their secrets or things they don't tell other people right away. That's a feeling I'm getting from looking at your spread. So because you're so attuned to other people, and you have your own goals, I just want to remind you, with the honoring yourself, this is a gift you have. You need to be able to honor yourself and to go after what you want, because you really do have the ability to make it happen. And you can ask for help from other people too, and they'll be happy to help you. Okay. Now, one of the last things I want to do here for just a little bit of extra insight is to roll my 12-sided die, just to see maybe what house in astrology you are pulling some of your gifts and abilities from. Okay, we have 8. So the 8th house is a house that is ruled by Scorpio. The 8's the infinity. So I really think here, so again, highly psychic, and that water element here with the 8th house energy. Very deep thinker. So again, I really think you have an incredible ability, almost telepathic and empathetic ability to know what other people are thinking and feeling, and to be able to use it to motivate them. That's something that I'm seeing. Also with 8, I think that you are, again, highly psychic. So I think you might be claircognizant. I also feel here, I am feeling Scorpio, to be honest. This energy that I'm feeling is very much scorpionic. We have the King of Wands, and we have the Elephant, and we have the Orca Whale. So we've got here, we have somebody, the King of Wands is reminding me a little bit of that Mars energy, right? It's kind of that fire energy that comes in, because the ruling planet of Scorpio is, of course, we have Pluto and Mars. It is one of the signs with dual rulership. So I do feel that forward momentum of Mars here. So you can really make things happen, and you have a strong and sustaining, a huge passion and presence. But also Pluto, with this radical ability to transform how other people are feeling. Like I said before, you can just transform the feeling in a room just when you come in. And I think you can also know exactly what has happened in a room before you enter it. You can enter the room and know if people have been laughing or fighting, just picking up on the energy. So I think you have an amazing ability there. The last thing I want to say is I think you have a gift really for the occult, to be honest. I think that you might be somebody who can read tarot. And astrology. I think you're somebody who is able to pick up on truth right away, which is a wonderful ability. I think also you are magnetic. You are someone who is extremely magnetic. Other people really want to flock to you and be around you. This is very interesting. You're a natural born leader, but you're not really aggressive. I think that if you have, that forward thrust, that forward momentum, it's kind of under the surface. It's a feeling. You're not, somebody who's yelling at other people or anything like that. Not at all. You're a very inspiring and magnetic person. Other people just can't help but feel your presence. You're magnetic. Honoring yourself. I really think that you are not somebody who is easily led astray by other people. You honor yourself and you honor your truth. And I think you are very astute at picking up on truth. So a talent and an ability you have is to see through the lies of other people, both through feeling it and through using your wisdom. And I think you're able to honor yourself and never be persuaded to do anything you don't want to do. I think you're able to honor your emotions and your vision at all times, which is a difficult thing to do. I think that takes immense strength. And I see strength here in this reading with elephant and orca. The orca, it's an animal, propels itself through, vast water, and it can burst through the surface with great strength and agility. It takes great strength. And an elephant, too, of course, is a very strong animal. So to me, I think that one of your true strengths is to honor your own truth and to never really give in to peer pressure from other people. I think that would be very unlike you to give in to peer pressure or to really be a follower. Along with that Scorpio energy, I'm really seeing transformation, right? Dragonflies are a strong symbol of transformation and self actualization and realization. And to me, I really think you have that kind of spiritual insight, like I said, um, and a magnetism. Um, I think that you understand the deeper meaning of life just intuitively. You have a very strong intuition, um, and you're mature. I believe too, what I'm seeing here, with orca, with elephant, with dragonfly, you are somebody with a lot of emotional maturity. So sometimes you might have to, in order to honor yourself and stand in your truth, you don't necessarily always engage with things like gossip or things like small talk. You might not like that sort of thing. But that's exactly what you're here to do, is to get at those deeper meanings of life, those deeper truths. So that is a wonderful gift that you have, is the ability to transform and change and navigate through, air and through water, navigate through different situations in life and different aspects of life, the mental and the emotional realms. I do think you have an edge to you as well, right? An elephant has a powerful temper, and of course, an orca is a very intelligent animal. So I think you're somebody who's very strategic, with the orca and as well the King of Wands. You're somebody who's very strategic. You can execute your vision precisely. Orcas are expert hunters of especially, seals and other marine life. And I think you are somebody who, like I said, you're a leader. So something, and I believe this is a strength and a talent, is that, with your immense, powerful aura, you really can influence other people without saying a thing. So if someone doesn't have good intentions, they'll pretty much leave you alone just because they can sense your powerful energy. I also think that you are somebody who's able to transform and really transform situations, like negative situations, into positive situations as well, especially with the King of Wands there. Okay, and the last message that I have for you, group number 1, is that I really feel you have an immense connection with nature, and ecology and ecosystems. And I'm really feeling that you have a strong, strong ability in the sciences, in the natural sciences, like maybe geology, or, studying marine life, or, maybe even creative pursuits too, you might be drawn to when it comes to like oceanography, or capturing images of the ocean and ocean life and things like this. Maybe a marine biology. I have a feeling you have a very strong talent for biology. Maybe that was a favorite subject in school. That's just something I'm picking up on as well. You're very drawn to nature, and that might be some of your life's work too. Okay. It was a pleasure to read for you, Pile 1, and that's all the messages that I'm getting. So thank you so much, and please check out any other pile that you were drawn to as well if you feel there's another message for you. Okay, pile number 2. You have picked this particular amethyst, and your pile is pile number 2. Okay, so the very first thing I want to do is look at our tarot card. So we have for you the Queen of Wands. Okay, the Queen of Wands. Next, we have an oracle card that is from an animal guidance deck. So let's have a look. We have deer. Okay, we have deer. Beautiful. Okay. Next, we have another animal guidance oracle card. We have goose, inner knowing. Okay, beautiful. And then last but not least, we have an oracle card that's very heart-centered. So let's see what the message is. Oh, wow, grace. And we have a stag too, so stag and a deer. Okay, so already some confirmation here. Okay, let's see. So the very first thing, let me just arrange it in a way that feels more intuitive for me. Okay, there we go. I hope you can see them all. Okay, so, wow, the first thing I'm seeing is that you are an amazing communicator. So we have the Queen of Wands here. And in this deck, really, the Queen of Wands, she's represented by the butterfly. The Queen of Wands is a social butterfly. The Queen of Wands is someone who has mastered the art of communication, and who is someone who is able to act on and execute her visions and her dreams and make them happen and connect well with other people. She's also somebody who's explored her dark side and been able to integrate both her dark and light side. And she's someone who's very optimistic. So right away, just from the Queen of Wands, I believe you're someone who's very positive, very optimistic, and you are someone who's able to connect with other people and see the good in other people. I believe that you have a talent for being able to see and recognize and acknowledge the good in other people. I'm kind of smiling as I'm reading this energy. I feel that you're someone who makes other people feel really good about themselves. I think you give amazing compliments that are really heartfelt. So, not just about how someone looks, but about how, about their character and their personality. So, really meaningful compliments. You're a beautiful communicator. That's what I'm hearing, is that not just a good communicator, but you have beautiful communication. I also am really immediately to seeing that with communication, it's not just outer communication. Like when you think about deer, they are animals that are always paying attention to what's going on around them. So I think you're very attentive to the needs of other people as well, which makes you a really beautiful companion. So you're someone you're able to pick up on. You're very sensitive to slight changes, in the environment. You pay attention to other people. You really care, I think, about other people, and you make them feel good. That's a beautiful talent and skill. Okay, so an amazing communicator. Also, what I'm picking up on too, right, with the communication still, and the inner knowing too. I think you also are someone who can help guide other people. Okay, so we have inner knowing here. Let's read the goose card. You are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident that you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry, you are blessed. Let yourself fly. I think with communication, you are able to not just communicate with words, but I am seeing that you're a great communicator with words. But you also are really able to pick up on the feelings of other people. And you're a very loyal friend. And you also inspire loyalty towards you. Geese are very loyal. So I'm picking up, when I'm picking up your energy, it's a very light-hearted, beautiful energy. But that doesn't mean, you can't go deep too. You do go deep too, and you're a very loyal friend. So a gift you have is your ability to be loyal. And I think that's something that not everybody knows about you, is how loyal you are as a friend. Geese are also, this is the Canadian geese. They've also been used in the past as guard animals. So I think you're really somebody who is able to defend other people well. Like you are somebody, a strength and an ability and a talent you have is for being able to defend other people and to guard them and to not betray them. So you're very loyal and very honest. Deer as well, you are somebody who's very gentle with your communication. I think that although you have the ability where you could really cut people with your words, like honk at them like a geese, I think most of the time you choose not to. You're very gentle in your communication, which is something other people appreciate about you. Something else that I'm seeing too, when it comes to your talents, your skills, and your abilities, is the fact that you are a very graceful communicator. So you're someone, you don't often put like put your foot in your mouth or get lost for words. I think you're somebody who you're able to, first think about your words carefully, and then you very gracefully and elegantly word them. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of picking up here, if we're talking about energy, kind of Gemini energy, with the air symbolism, and as well as the deer. May, is associated with like new life and deer, and that's the start. So I'm also picking up on Taurus, to be honest. When it comes to, this air energy, I think that's just, we've got not just like the deer coming twice, but also we have winged animals and messages from animals from nature that have wings, with the Queen of Wands, the butterfly, and the goose. So I think that you're also somebody who's very intelligent, and you can reach great heights with your thinking. I think you might be somebody, deer too, they're always listening, and they're very sensitive to slight changes in the environment. If we're talking about psychic abilities, I think that you are somebody who is clairaudient. You might be able to hear things and hear messages from other people. You might feel connected to the element of wind, air, and speech. Okay. Something else I want to do is to roll. I have a 12-sided die here, and I want to roll the dice and see maybe which astrological house your gifts are also very connected to, maybe a planet or the sign. So let's give that a roll and see what comes up. Okay, we have 10. Okay. So the 10th house is a house of career. It's an earth house, Capricorn, and it's ruled by Saturn. Okay, wow. I think you're somebody who, connecting with Saturn, I think, Saturn is a planet of restrictions, but also it's a beautiful planet because it shows you where you can succeed if you put in the work. So something with deer as well is they're often in stillness, and they can kind of go inside. So I think that you are somebody who has the ability to know very intuitively how to overcome obstacles. If you just take the stillness, a little bit of time to think about it, you're very good at knowing how to overcome obstacles. You can kind of fly above them, but you are able to take those moments and intuitively figure out which steps to take forward. You're able to really listen to your intuition. That's what I'm feeling from there. You may also, be a Capricorn or have Capricorn rising, something along these lines, or Capricorn in your chart, or, maybe just Earth. I was picking up on Taurus before a little bit with the deer. Okay. I think some other messages that I have for you is that I think a gift you have is seeing the easy way to move forward. I think that's something as well. I also believe that you're very intuitive. I think you're also innocent, and you have a very pure heart. When I see these deer and the stag with grace, I really think of somebody who is innocent and very pure of heart and pure of intention. Like I said before, you make other people feel good. Maybe you even have the skill or ability to kind of get your way by giving people the right look. You're very innocent. I think you have a very lighthearted and childlike spirit, but you're very, very very loyal as well. I'm kind of hearing that you might have a really pretty voice as well, and very pretty eyes. which that's not really a strength or a talent, but it's just something I'm picking up on as well. That might make you smile. Okay. For this one too, I see lots of little bits of pink. So it reminds me of being able to walk through, a field and seeing the little flowers as they pop up, or appreciating the little things. So I think a talent you have as well is appreciating the little things in life and seeing beauty wherever you go, being able to make things feel beautiful. I think you're able to see the positive side in negative situations. Okay. Something else with 10, right? The energy I'm maybe picking up on is you have an intuitive ability, right, to overcome obstacles, like I was saying before. But I also think you have an ability to really ascend and climb and get a high perspective on things, right? 10, that's going to be ruled by Saturn, and also, Capricorn is the mountain goat who can climb to the top of mountains, just like the goose is flying above everything and looking down. So I think you're also able to detach from kind of the physical and to be able to objectively evaluate and look down at things too. And we also have the butterfly too, who can do that. So I think that you are someone who is also very logical, and you can at times be able to take a bird's eye view or like a top-down perspective on things quite easily. That comes easily to you. And I think it's a huge benefit in helping you understand which way to go and which direction to take. That's something else too. I get a feeling you really might like the color pink as well. Okay. Inner knowing. I think the last thing I want to say is that you are someone you're very in touch with yourself. You're very in touch with your own intuition and emotions, and you're able to know which path is right for you. And you're someone who uplifts other people, which is a beautiful skill. I'm also getting that you might be a gardener, and you might have an ability to really make plants grow just intuitively. And, you don't even need to look up like the instruction or care for plants. But I'm really getting that you have a strong connection with nature, especially the earth element with Capricorn as well. I think you can really make things grow and make them feel very abundant. I think the last thing then is when it comes to just a little bit more on the goose, I think you're somebody, and deer too, right? A butterfly, deer, and geese are, geese fly. Deer might run off in a different direction if they ever sense danger. And butterflies kind of flit around from flower to flower. I think you're also somebody who's comfortable with change and, adventure. This is, with goose, it's a traveler. So I think you're also somebody who's very adventurous as well. And you can take on new challenges and weather them with a lot of grace. So any kind of obstacles that come in life, I think you can weather them with a lot of grace and overcome them while maintaining your composure and, again, not losing your head. You're able to pull yourself out of negative emotions very easily. And I think you do that for other people too. I think you're somebody that attracts abundance quite easily into your life. Okay. What a beautiful energy to be in. Okay. Something else I don't want to forget with number 10 is the 10th house. Really, it's the home of the midheaven, right? So it's the pinnacle of your career. Like I said before, you can really reach great heights. So I think too, I just want to also say that you are someone who does have leadership qualities and abilities too. So a talent you have, I'd say, is actually also for leadership. And also, I think you're able to quickly see how things might affect, your reputation. And so you're always able to you navigate tough situations easily with your communication ability, and your ability to speak well, your ability to listen well, and your ability to, find your way with a lot of grace. You're someone you can just sidestep problems very easily, and that can really take you to the top of your career too. So that's just something too not to forget, is that The 10th house really shows that you have a lot of potential to have, to be at the top of your career as well, and to have a very strong public image. I think you're someone just how to keep your reputation positive and intact, and you can achieve really good heights in your career. I think you are somebody with ambition, and you have, even though you're a gentle person, I think you have the communication skills, the ability to navigate tough situations, and the ability to ascend to great heights. And you know what is best for yourself. Okay, that's what I'm picking up on for you, pile number 2. Thank you for letting me read for your energy, and have a beautiful rest of your day. Okay. Pile number 3. This is your pile if you picked this amethyst. All right, group number 3. So we have 1 tarot card today and 3 oracle cards. 2 of the oracle cards are animal wisdom oracle cards, where you will learn some of your gifts and strengths from some animal guidance. And then 1 is a very heart-centered oracle card, where you'll learn more as well. And then I also do have, I want to roll this one. I feel like rolling this one now. In the other 2 piles, I rolled this later on, but I'd like to roll it now. I also want to roll a 12-sided die and see which house, which astrological house some of your gifts and strengths and abilities might be coming from. So I actually want to roll that first. That's just what I'm called to do for your pile. 7. Okay, so 7 is the house of partnerships. It's the house ruled by Libra, so it's ruled by Venus. So that's an interesting start for this one. Okay, so the first thing now is the tarot card, the Page of Wands. Okay, interesting. All the tarot cards are from the Wands suite this time. Okay, and our first animal oracle card, the Swan. Beautiful. Beautiful. Heart healing with the plant being bleeding hearts. This is this plant. It's a part shade plant. It grows partially in part sun, part shade. And the heron, patience. The heron with patience. Wow, beautiful. And the moth. I see the moth too as representing the Page of Wands here. Wow, you have a very powerful energy. What I'm going to say, the first thing I'm feeling is, I know there's Libra here, right? So if we're talking about astrological signs, perhaps you picked this and you have, strong 7th house energy in your chart, or you have Libra, sun, moon, or rising. I'm also feeling Cancer, and maybe Virgo too. So those are just some strong energies. You don't have to have those signs or those placements, but that's just the first thing I'm really picking up on. Or I would say also moon in the first house. If you have moon in the first house, look at what we have here. There's a moon in the background of this card. Heart, the bleeding heart is something that grows in, the part shade. So it's something that's, got that little bit of the shade with it. It doesn't thrive in the full sun. So that's beautiful. And then we have the swan, and look at the moon cycles here with the swan, and it's a nighttime reflecting, like the moon reflects the light of the sun. We've got reflection in the water. And then of course the moth, which is they really come out at night. This is when we think of moths. They also have a connection with the moon. So I'm really feeling Cancer or Pisces as well here in your pile. Okay. Something to start off with that I'm also picking up on. I think you are one of your great talents and skills, of course, patience, right? I think you are somebody who is extraordinarily patient. You are able in your life to be patient even when other people are not. And I think that's something that you are rewarded for. Okay, that's the first thing. The next thing I'm really immediately picking up on is that for you, your patience allows you to not give up on things, right? With the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is something in this one, you still have passion and vision and inspiration. You're a very inspired person, but you're able to really be patient and wait until the right moment to put your best foot forward and to make things a success. So you have the patience to be able to see when to step forward and when is the best time to move forward. We have, the whole moon cycle here. You're able to wait it out and know exactly when to move forward. So you're very good with time. Very interesting. And then with Swan here too, I think as well, one of your amazing talents is that you are able to really be a mirror for other people. So you are somebody that can reveal truths about other people. You can figure out the truths very easily and be a mirror for them, kind of hold a mirror up and be a truth seeker and show things. So that's an incredible talent. Okay. And with seventh house too, I think you're somebody who really excels in partnerships. Like we've got two here, right? We've got the bleeding heart, which is very much about, romance or relationships. I think you're somebody where you do very well in partnerships. Seventh house is a house of partnership. So I believe that you are somebody who really excels in kind of small groups and one-on-one communication. And you really are able to connect to the heart of other people. Beautiful. Okay. So some more. Let's think a little bit more about your strengths. I think you're somebody. I really think you're able to help other people let go of difficult emotions. You're a great listener, I think, and a confidant and friend. And I think, people probably come to you for advice about, things like their heartaches. They come to you for that heart healing. That's a beautiful gift that you have. You're able to illuminate truths for people through dark times. You're like a ray of hope or like a beacon of hope and guidance for people. That's beautiful. Something else. I think that you are someone who you have an ability to let go, I think, of negative feelings easily. So you don't hang on to negative feelings forever. You're able to work through them. You take your time to go inside and to be still and be patient and work through them. But once you've worked through them, you fully let them go. And you're able to move forward without that baggage, actually. I think that you have a very strong heart chakra. A lot of that Venus energy is here. I'm also kind of feeling Taurus in this pile too. Because Venus, right, we've got Libra ruled by Venus, also rules Taurus. So I do kind of see Taurus here too. Okay. I think you're a very loving person. I think you're the kind of person that's able to find something to love about everyone and in every situation. You're very loving. You're able to find the love in situations. I think too that you are somebody who's very calm, right? You don't get rocked very easily emotionally. Look at how still these waters are. You can imagine a moth kind of still in the night. I think, you're somebody who you don't let, even though you are deep feeling, I don't think you let emotions really rock you too much. You're able to have that patience and stay calm, maintain your calm and your inner kind of, the smooth surface like of an emotional lake. That's very beautiful. I think that you are a very reflective person as well. Like, think about the mirroring here. I think you take a lot of time to reflect on your life, and you learn a lot from that. You glean a lot. You learn a lot from that reflection. I think you might be somebody who, if we're talking about gifts and abilities, I think you might be able to, with the reflection, for some reason I'm getting a feeling of writing or painting or like drawing or things like this. So I think you might be able to like work through your feelings by writing about it or drawing about it. And I have a feeling that you might be somebody who can do automatic writing, or if you're able to see things, so clairvoyant. I think you might be clairvoyant. You can see things and kind of predict things. You might see images, right? You might be able to see things, see images as a psychic gift. I think too that you are somebody who is able to evolve and change, and reflect on those changes. So I think you are somebody who is able to change and go through changes. Okay. I think also that you are somebody who knows yourself well. I think you know yourself well. I don't think that you're easily, even though you have this partnership energy, I think that you've done the work to be able to know yourself and your own heart. And I think that your heart does really shine through. I think you really excel in like philosophy and finding the deeper meaning of life. I think you're somebody who you're a great guide for other people. You might be a teacher, have that sort of energy in your life, maybe mentorship or things like this. You might take people under your wing, so to speak. You're very willing to help out other people. I think also that you are somebody, I also have a feeling with the night imagery, right? The moth, the moon, the swan, and, the heron. I really think that you might be somebody who, again, clairvoyant. You might have clairvoyant dreams. You might be able to really get a lot of guidance from dreams. Maybe daydreaming too, but I think especially the dreams you have at night as well. I think that you really can do things alone. Like, you are somebody who can do things both, with other people, but also alone. You are independent and you can kind of find a lot of happiness in spending some time alone, actually, which is very interesting. I think too, you're a really good peacekeeper, and mediator. So I think you know what to say to keep the peace, right? To keep the stillness, but in relationships. I think as well that you are somebody who is precise. So like with the heron, right, is a really good hunter. They're able to, dip their beak in the water and really pick out, a fish or something like that. I think you're somebody who you're very precise. I think with your words, you're very precise. I don't think that you are somebody I think you're a good communicator. I think you are somebody that communicates well with words, but you don't talk too much. I think that you pick your words very carefully. And that's something other people appreciate, is you really mean what you say. It really comes from the heart. You really mean what you say. I also think you're very intuitive and thoughtful. Like I said, you mean what you say. You're intuitive and very thoughtful. I think you give really great gifts for other people. I think you're very observant as well. I think you really pay attention to other people and their preferences, and you're always able to, right, adjust things for them. You're a very balanced person. You do need alone time, though, to keep that balance, but you're very balanced. I have a feeling, too, that I think you have a very beautiful person. I think you're very beautiful. Okay. You might get told you have beautiful eyes often. And I think you have a talent for visual things, like maybe a talent for doing makeup that's beautiful and doing your eyes in a beautiful way. I also think, I really feel there's some visual arts here. So I think you're the kind of person too who is great at interior design and really making a house a home. And I really feel that you are someone who's just gives out unconditional love. You're a very loving person. You're reminding me of in a friend group, how sometimes there's the like mother of the friend group. You remind me a little bit like of that. And I also think you really enjoy being at home. And you have a really talent for making a welcoming, comforting home. I think really when you follow your heart and when you're in alignment with your heart, you're magnetic to those around you. Especially seeing, the moth and the swan and the heron, I think you're very wise. Those are all strong symbols of a lot of wisdom. And I think when you're able to be mindful too, and, not always be too anxious about the future or always thinking about the past. So I think you're able to stay in the present moment too. And you calm other people down, which is such a beautiful gift. Just such a beautiful presence, calming. I think too, you're someone who has a lot of good ideas, and I think you give really good advice. I think people come to you for that. I have to say too, I think you're also fair and that you consider all sides of the problem. If ever somebody brings you a problem, I think that you help people think things through. Going back to the seventh, I think you could have like Moon or maybe Venus or maybe Neptune in the seventh, maybe Libra in the seventh. And then I think maybe too, with everything I'm seeing with the mirroring of emotions, I think you could also have Neptune in the first. And like I said, really beautiful eyes. You kind of mirror people's energy back to them, I think. And I also am seeing, with all the moon imagery, I think you could have, a talent for having, really like a strong connection to spirit and especially really vivid dreams. You might get guidance from spirit through dreams. Okay. I think that's what I'm feeling for you, Group 3. Thank you so much for connecting with me and for listening to this reading. And please feel free to watch any of the other videos if you think there might be a message for you there too. Thank you.